Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a recap of week 20 of Monday night leagues and Thursday night leagues combined. Real quick, shout out to my sponsors, Bowlify, for amazing jerseys, creating a difference for awesome ball cleaning products, and Hallmark Shoes for amazing shoes for amazing price. So make sure you go and check out my sponsors. And shout out to GiveHeartsBowling.com. I get all my equipment there, and Brett, he's an awesome PSO. So go give them guys go check them guys out if you're looking for bowling equipment. Alright, so getting into Monday night leagues, the wife did really good Monday night. She had a bad game, but most of the other two games were really good for her. She's at like a 127 average. Her average come down a little bit. It's the middle of the year. That's usually when our averages seem to come down a little bit for some reason. Probably because all the Christmas and New Year's and blah blah blah, you get wore out from all that stuff. But she used the excuse me, she used the attention star for a game and a half, and then got into the Black Widow 3.0. She shot a 169, I think it was, the first game. And then her second game, she kind of fell off the horse with like a 118. But after she switched into the Black Widow, things started picking up. In her last game, she went for a 151. So, really, she had a pretty decent night for her and her average. I mean, second game was rough. But you're going to have that. You ain't going to have 3 games every night that are over your average or well over your average. It happens. Like I said before, we're no professional bowlers. We're just a bunch of amateurs out there bowling leagues and having fun. That's what it's all about, having fun. And then you get into me, on the other hand. I started with the Hellcat for about a game and a half. And then I switched into the DV8 Chill Pearl for about a game. And then I was in like the low flare, and I just kind of bounced around the last game, which you'll find out here in a minute why. So first game I went 202. Pretty happy with that. I think a split or a missed pin or something messed me up that game. Got into the second game, went a 213, which I'm like, alright. I was clean through 9, and then the 10th frame I left a split. Or no, I was clean through 9 and missed the 4 pin. Ball never hit the pin, missed the pin. So that game could have been a lot higher. But it happens. And then into the last game, I shot a 157. Basically what happened, I got lost in my arsenal. I lost focus, I lost concentration, wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, so I wasn't making the right moves or the adjustments or right equipment. My mind just went somewhere else. It was gone. I was at the bowling alley, and then my mind went squirrel and went the other way. So it hurt me the last game. I think I had like 4 opens and like 2 strikes, and yeah, it was pretty rough. But it is what it is. It's fun. Like I said, we're no professionals. So that rounds out Monday night. We both had 2 decent games and 1 bad one. about normal for us. So, on to Thursday night league for me. Excellent night for me. Just missed the 700 series. So, I was pretty stoked about that. So, Tuesday and Wednesday, when I was at home, I was looking on my shelf, and we have a shelf with all 7 Belmo balls that he's come out with. And so my fate and my journey's on that shelf for the collection. And I was sitting there, I'm like, something was telling me that the journey wants to be thrown again. You know, the journey needs to come back out and bowl. And I'm like, but in my mind, I'm like, all right, I put the journey away because it's 15 pounds. I'm throwing 14. Jason wants to say hi. Say hi, Jason. I didn't say stretch. You're supposed to say hi. Anyways, you don't feel like being on camera today. I kept looking at it and I'm like, I know I can still throw 15 pounds. Just, you know, I got out of 15 pounds because I was more consistent with 14 than I am with 15. With 15, I seemed like I was, you know, didn't have as good as control with 15 as I do with 14. You know, the consistency wasn't quite there. But I kept looking at it and I'm like, I really like that ball, you know. And so I went back and I watched some of my videos on it. And I'm like, you know what? For shits and giggles, I'm just going to take it with me Thursday night. I'll throw it in practice, see what it looks like, and if it doesn't work, I'll, you know, take it back home or whatever, and, you know, nothing lost, you know. Threw the first ball in practice with it, went high. Threw the second ball in practice, went high. I'm like, now that the first 2 balls, they were the exact same spot, one right after another. I went through the face, threw it again just to see, you know, because I don't practice spares in practice. I try to find my line, and if I find it early enough, then I'll shoot spares. Threw it again on the second ball, same spot. Like, all right. Went to the other lane, got the ball out a little bit further, right in the pocket. Went back to the other lane, kept it out, bang, right into the pocket. I'm like, all right, looking good. I'm going to throw one more. Went back to the other lane, kept it out, bang, right in the pocket. Strike after strike after strike. I'm like, all right, I'm going to give this ball a whirl. We're going to start off with the journey. You know, if it lanes break down, I'll get into like the attention star or my low flare or something, you know. We'll go from there. So game 1 started off strong. I went 6 in a row. So I cracked open that 6-pack. 7th frame, I got the ball out too far and come back into the pocket and 2-8-10. My favorite split. I haven't had too many of them this year, but favorite split because, you know, I've never picked it up yet. And as for as many of them as I have left, I should be able to pick that split up with no problem because I left a lot of them. And I picked up the 2-4-8-10, but never the 2-8-10. So I was like, all right, there's an open. Next ball threw a spare, I threw a strike and the spare to finish the 10th out. Shot a 244. I'm like, all right, good start to the night. Way to go, Journey. You know, Belmo ball, Journey. 244. Got into the second game. Went 5 in a row. And then I left, I think, the 3-6-10. Come into the pocket a little high. I was clean through 9. Got into the 10th frame. First ball, bang, split. 4-10 split. I'm like, seriously? It didn't want me to have a clean game. It was a decent hit. I picked up the 4-10 twice this year. Alright, so I tried to pick it up, picked up the 4-pin. Shot a 220. I'm like, alright. Still not bad. I said to myself, I'm liking the motion of the ball. I'm liking how it's reading these lanes. Last game, I'm going to make a little bit of adjustment with my feet. I'm going to move a board to the left. Possibly 2. We'll see. I started out with the first 4. Or no. Missed the 4-pin right off the rail in frame 1. Then I went 5 in a row. A spare, a couple more strikes. Spare. I spared in the 9th. Or struck in the 9th. And to hit my 700, I needed the first strike in the 10th to get it. And I ended up forward pinning, picked it up, and then the field ball, I had a 9 count. The 10 pin kind of slid over between the 10 and 9 spot down the lane, so I got a 9 count. Finished with a 234. I needed a 236 to hit that 700 series for the night, so shot a 698. Not too bad. Not, extremely mad about that. So it was a good night all in all. Things are starting to come back in motion. Used the Journey all 3 games. So something being at home and looking at the ball on a shelf told me, hey, bring that ball out and throw it. And that's what I did. So, alright guys, till next time, I'll see you out on the lane.